yes, indeed, y'all. Trump's your president. Yes, he's your president, honey. Yep, he's all of our president. I wish somebody would let the judge know. I wish somebody would let these judges know. I wish somebody would let the Democrats know. Yes, it's not Jim Crow Joe, it's President Donald J. Trump, honey. He's your president. So you can go to Trump's yopresident.com, not your Y-O-U-R, yo, Y-O. Trump's Yo President, yes.com. You can get the song, download the ring, and use it as a ringtone. Yep, add it to your playlist. Whenever you go vacuuming the floor, cleaning, washing the dishes, washing the clothes, whatever you doing. You can go ahead on and turn on the song, and then you can get your freak on. Trump's your president. Yep. You can even tell your enemies that Trump's your president because it's the truth. Yes, it's the truth. So you are trumpshowpresident.com. All right. Go there and get the song. Help a sister out. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the Diamond Silk Chit Chat Live Show. I'm your host, Silk, and you're my co-host of my Diamond Dream Team. And as Diamond would always say, it takes a team to build a dream. So I want you to stop what you're doing right now. Be sure to like and share this broadcast, this podcast. Share it everywhere and let them know that Silk is on the air. Yes, let them know Silk is on the air. And guess what? We're going to have Dr. Artist, Dr. Ely, and I believe Dr. Brew or Dr. Smith. I don't know which one. I don't know. But we're going to have the Healing for the Ages panel on tonight. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask them, put it in the chat. Put it right there in the chat, okay? All right, and we'll try to get to your questions, all right? Because the doctors are here. The doctors are here, yes, talking about making yourself healthy again. MYHA, making yourself, yes, healthy again. That's right, darling. So you all make sure that you share it. Why? Because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Now, don't forget to download the Vocal app and the Lindell TV app. It's two different apps, and it's absolutely free. Download these apps, you all. It's imperative that you do so. Shout out to everyone joining me on the chats and on all of the different platforms. Let me see. I saw somebody coming in. Let me see. Let me read them right quick, y'all. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm trying to go back up to the top. All right. I see Northern Virginia in the house. Yes, I see North Carolina. North Carolina always stay in the house. Yes. I see California is back. California, honey. Hopefully you'll be able to call it California. But right now you got it right. California. Because it's a straight up communism going on down there. And they trying to spread it all across this country. Yes. I see you, darling. How you doing? Alabama in the house. Yes, Kentucky's in the house. Hey, sweetie. Hello. Thank you all so much for being in the house with Silk. Hey, darling. I see you. Texas is in the house, y'all. Texas is in the house. The Easy for Easy. Yeah. They all up in it. I see you, Ohio. I see you, darling. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you all so much for coming on. Arkansas Prime chiming in. Yes. Hey, Arkansas. Oh, my God. Thank you all so much for being here to view and see the show. Shout out to Lindell TV, RSBN Network, Blessed News Network, Diamond and Silk Media. Thank you all so much for allowing the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live Show to stream on your platform. All right. Pennsylvania, I see you just popping your head up in here. Y'all know y'all got to go ahead on and do this thing early. Now, y'all got a whole almost 5 minutes intro. Yes, I'm probably the longest intro there is besides Steve Bannon, because he have a long intro. But my intro gives you all the time to put the state that you're watching the show from or the country that you're watching the show from. So y'all should have this right here so I can just go right on down the list, okay? All right. Sponsors, real quick, you all, the show is sponsored by mypillow.com and mystore.com. Be sure to use promo code Diamond or promo code Trump1. The show is also sponsored by patchthat.com. These are the LifeWave patches. It's a patented technology. You can go to patchthat.com. Like I say, the only cure for healing the body is the body itself. That's right. Not poison. You can't be sick and then add poison to the equation and think you're going to get better. It don't work like that. So give the body what it needs. And guess what? This is money back guaranteed. Okay. Patchthat.com. The show is also sponsored by diamondandsilkstore.com. Diamondandsilkstore.com. Go there, y'all. Woohoo! Get the Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia. Yes, the bobbled head memorabilia. Get them 50% off to you. Yep. Whenever you get it, it's already automatically taken off at checkout. Okay. All right. Also get the trampoline pins, the Diamond and Silk signature pins. Yep. Different styles, different colors for you to choose from. Okay. All right. That's diamondandsilkstore.com. Now, while you're there, you're going to see a button that says Dr. Artist. You're going to see that button. Yeah. When you see that button that say Dr. Artist, I want you to click on it. I want you going over there and purchase some of that biodefense, some of that foreign protein, and some of that EDTA. And also pick you up some of those empty capsules, okay? So you can put the liquid inside of there if you don't like the taste. And I'm going to tell you that biodefense ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. That's right, y'all. Your taste buds going to have to be off your tongue if you want to take that down straight, okay? But for me in my house, well, we have the capsules and we just put the liquid up in there. All right. So that's what I want you all to do. Visit Dr. Artist. And also, if you see Dr. Stella there, go ahead on and get you some ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine while you're over there at diamondsilkstore.com. Special thank you to all of the Diamond Silk Chit Chat Live monthly contributors and to everyone who's mailed in their contributions, even with the simple notes that you all mail in to me, and it finally gets to my desk. It takes real long for the mail people to get me my doggone mail, but it's part of security. And by the time I get it, I do see it. And I want to say just thank you so much. If you would like to make a one-time contribution or become a monthly contributor, go to supportdiamondandsilk.com. That's supportdiamondandsilk.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them to diamondandsilk@gmail.com. That's diamondandsilk@gmail.com. All right, you all. Now I'm ready to go ahead on so we can talk to the doctors about making yourself healthy again. Yeah, nobody else but yourself. Yes. Your body, yourself. So I want to go ahead on and welcome to the show the doctors for the healing for the ages. Hello. Bring them on, baby. Because I don't know. I know Dr. Artist. Okay, we got Dr. Artist. All right, that's fine. Hey, Dr. Artist.
Y'all go on right now. I got them with me all the time right here in studio.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm getting a small echo. I don't know if it's on your end, Dr. Artist, or on my end. I just want the producers to know that I'm getting an echo and I sound like I'm in a studio about to do a rap.
I do hear an echo on your side. Not sure if you hear it on mine.
Yeah, I don't hear it on yours. I hear it on mine. So y'all go ahead on and get that right now. Get that right. Okay. So Dr. Artist, it look like it's just you for right now. Okay. And we want to talk about this, what they call a measles outbreak.
Oh, that's a great topic. Actually, this has been a hot topic for a few weeks now. There was unfortunately a child who died in a hospital in Texas a couple of weeks ago, and it was just thrown all over the media incorrectly, fraudulently, that this kid had gone to the hospital for measles and then died from measles. And that is very unfortunate. But we really do send our condolences, our hearts and minds. We send all of our love we can to the family. But while this is a very hot topic about the measles, I do want to relay a few things about the measles. Even as RFK Jr. is trying to make America healthy again, Donald Trump leading the mandate, giving out that mandate to RFK Jr. to make America healthy again. I'm cautiously optimistic about the whole thing. However, I don't actually rely on the government to take care of me or my health. So versus relying on politicians, I actually did my own research. I actually became educated myself on how principles of diet, principles of supplementation, detox, exercise, how does that impact the life of myself, my wife, my kids, grandkids now? And this is the theme for the Healing for the Ages 3.0 this year, which the in-person conference is going to be in October this year. It is called Make Yourself Healthy Again. So when it comes to measles, what can you do to prevent and treat yourself if you get the measles. This is going to be exciting, Silk. This is actually the first actual live interview ever where I've actually given out this information. In 2019 in 2019 and 2020, for all of you wondering if you have to go run and get your child or yourself or your senior citizen the MMR vaccine for the measles, I need to tell you something that the NIH published in 2019 and 2020 about this measles that you keep hearing about.
Mm-hmm.
It is incredible, but God already provided a cure for this, and it's found in a vegetable called garlic, and it's been published 2 years in a row, 2019, 2020, that garlic by itself is a preventative used as a prophylactic to not capture the measles in the future or get the measles. And even if you get the measles and you're sick with the measles, you're not allowed to get a measles vaccine while you're sick. However, did you know that garlic is published in 2020 to be a cure for the measles when a human being is actively sick with the measles? Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
Clove of garlic supplement. Start cooking with garlic in your meals. You don't have to worry about an MMR vaccine being available, safe, no DNA, mRNA in it. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Garlic has already been published by yours truly, Uncle Sam, and his government, and the NIH. They published that garlic can be the cure for the measles. Now, a couple things I would love to make people aware of on your show now that we have their attention. I heard you rattling off all the states that people are joining us tonight. Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina, Texas, you name it. We're excited you're all here. All of you are going to be told at some point in your life that your child, your niece, your elderly loved one, or yourself needs to get a MMR vaccine for the measles. There's something you all need to know. There's only 3 brand name vaccines for the MMR right now on the schedule and on the market by our CDC. And all 3 of them, Silk, have 2 ingredients in common in all 3 of them.
And what's that?
It looks like we're celebrating. That was weird. I am not celebrating these ingredients. Once you see what they are, I better not hold up the peace sign anymore. Balloons went flying. All right, so this is what's in each of the 3 MMR vaccines. WI-38 cells. Do you know what that is, Silk?
Is that the monkey cells or kidney cells?
No, actually, but good guess. So if you look it up, everybody, WI-38 are actual cells in all the MMR vaccines. And WI-38, look it up. A Swedish woman in 1963 decided to abort her 3-month-old female fetus. And that baby in 1963 had its lung cells taken, and that's what is inside all 3 of the MMR vaccines. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't learned anything about how another aborted baby's cells help us defend ourselves against a virus. I've not heard that yet, but it's in there. That's the first ingredient listed. And then the second ingredient in each of the MMR vaccines is a actual chemical drug called neomycin. And I want to be very clear in my speaking. Anybody out there who's like, go get your MMR vaccine, this is a good idea. Neomycin is in all 3 of them. It's on the cdc.gov's document titled Vaccine Excipient Summary, Appendix B. Go back, rewind this, play it slowly. It's Vaccine Excipient Summary, Appendix B on the CDC's website. The actual ingredient is neomycin. Neomycin is a prescription drug called an antibiotic. And neomycin has a published side effect. Silk, this will wrap up my measles discussion. Neomycin is published. You can Google it right now. Type in neomycin death and hit enter on Google. And you will learn that neomycin in each of the MMR vaccines given to children and adults for the measles and mumps and rubella, neomycin is published to cause neuromuscular blockade. And I quote, leading to a human being experiencing respiratory paralysis and respiratory failure. Now, another word for respiratory failure, in case you're wondering, means the person died. If you have no air going into your body, you die. That is called respiratory failure. So this is a published side effect of just one of the ingredients inside of the MMR vaccines. And the second one was the WI-38. Any of you who love injecting abortal fetal tissue inside of you and your loved ones, then the MMR vaccine is right for you. If you think neuromuscular blockade and respiratory failure is a good idea for your kid, ask your doctor for the MMR vaccine.
That's so sad. I was just thinking back, back in my father's day, my mother's day, and great grandmother and great grandfather. They use herbs. They use herbs. They planted different things and they went outside and they used whatever was outside. All right, that's what they did. Okay, they used the God natural herbs. All right, but
Hey, guess what
now
else is an herb? Garlic is an herb.
that's right. Oh yes, oh yes. And I'll take my husband. We're going to growing the basil in the hydroponic pot and inside of the house, and that's what I cook with. And sometimes I'll take that leaf out. Oh, it smells so strong and good, and I'll just chew on the leaf and just swallow that, just straight up raw. Okay, all right. But here's my deal. Why is it, Dr. Artist, that every time it appears that there is some type of outbreak, you get the CDC to come out and say, "Oh my God, you're gonna have to take a vaccine for that. You're gonna have to take a vaccine to prevent that." And then why is it that when they say that one person caught something, they want to call it an outbreak and push it down our throat. Now, according to the CDC website, the death rate for measles declined 98% before the measles vaccine was even on the market. So it appears that the so-called cure is worse than the so-called disease.
It's really unfortunate for the most of people out there that are learning this maybe for the first time, and the history of the measles vaccine being actually read to you by the amazing Dr. Silk from the CDC's own website right now. You might be shocked to find out that almost every single disease you're being told were eradicated or improved or removed from the American continent due to vaccines. Actually, all of their diagnosing and numbers were declining by 95 to 100% before the vaccines were ever introduced. That includes polio. Go look at the CDC's own documents. 98% of the entire polio pandemic or epidemic, whatever you want to call it, was actually eradicated before the polio vaccine was even invented. But it gets the credit as if it got rid of the 100% of polio, but it didn't. So you're learning now on the Dr. Silk Show. This is great. The Dr. Diamond and Silk Show.
Oh my goodness. I had Dr. Stella on last week and we was talking about this particular subject, and she was saying how this one child, how they want to say that she went in with pneumonia. That's what they was treating her for. Then all of a sudden they want to say she caught the measles and that's what she died from. And thus comes the outbreak. And I understand after looking at the hospital records was released. Her hospital records was released for them to analyze it. And they came to the conclusion that the child did not die from the measles, that she basically died from medical error.
Yeah, and he's not with us tonight, but Dr. Henry Ely is one of the Aegis docs that you know so well. Silicon has been on this program many times. Dr. Henry Ely is actually the one that was able to get those medical records from the family, working with the family on RFK's request to try to contact them. And then the medical records were obtained by Dr. Brian Hooker and Polly Tommy of Children's Health Defense when they just did an interview with the parents. And then those medical records did not go to Dr. Henry Ely like they should have. They went to Pierre Corey, and he's evaluated those. And regardless, it is good to finally know the truth, looking at the medical records, hearing from the parents, because that is not the story CNN and Fox and everybody else wanted to actually make you aware of. They wanted you to rush and get the MMR vaccine because children in Texas are dying from the measles.
Yeah, according to them. And then I'm like, okay, how do you test to see if it's the measles that you got? How we know you just don't have a rash? I just looking at all of this, then it takes me back around to the bird flu, they saying that the bird caught the flu. And I'm like, did you do a test on the birds? Did you test it or put a swab up the bird's nose? Did you swab the birds, open up the beak and swab the bird inside of the beak of the mouth of the bird? I mean, did you put it up his backside? How did you find out that this bird had the flu? Was it snots coming from his nose? Did it say hachoo? Did it say cock-a-doodle-doo? I mean, what did it do for you to say that this bird that this bird, this one type of bird, caught the flu. And I don't know if you also heard, Dr. Artist, where under the Biden regime, he ordered for 150 million birds to be slaughtered, 150 million egg-laying birds to be slaughtered. I guess because they said one of the birds caught the flu. And as a human being, when one person catches the flu, we don't kill all human beings because one caught it. What say you, Dr. Artist?
This is what I say. Somebody should go read some research studies by people who have created vaccines and treated animals and humans for the bird flu for the last 20 years. All right, first thing, let's dive into this bird flu thing. You are reading right now, 2 days ago, CNN reported that there is possibly 2 months worth, 3 months worth of milk around the world that could be laced with the bird flu and could be toxic and make you sick with the bird flu for up to 2 to 3 months from now. Okay, that's it now. It's in cheese. It's in your milk. It's no longer just the bird flu. It's a cow flu, I guess. I don't know. It's transferring from birds to cows. I need you guys to understand something. These presidents, these health agencies, these reporters in the media, go back and read 2008, the CBS News article where they interviewed federal health agencies and agents and scientists about the bird flu that we're dealing with right now. They were asked by the journalist at CBS, how does a human being catch the bird flu? I would like to quote their one sentence. A human being only catches the bird flu by inhaling through their mouth or their nose into their lungs. It has to go into your lungs. You have to inhale any of these three things. You have to inhale into your lungs the bird feathers of an infected bird into your lungs, or you have to inhale the bird blood of a bird infected with the bird flu into your lungs, or you have to inhale the bird poop of the infected bird into your lungs. Those are the only three ways science knows human beings can get the bird flu. You have to inhale this respiratory virus into your lungs. So I ask you, Dr. Silk, why would we care if the bird flu is in cheese or milk or eggs or chickens that we eat? Do we inhale chicken into our lungs? Do we inhale egg white into our lungs? Do we inhale milk into our lungs? Do we inhale cheese into our lungs? No, it's the only way you can get a respiratory virus called the bird flu. Now, all of you out there, when they went and killed all these chickens, I have something to say to all you chicken farmers. Don't listen to anything the government says, because in 2013, scientists published on the NIH's website that black cumin seed oil can be added to bird feed or injected into birds, and it's a cure for the bird flu in animals and humans. It's the first ingredient in biodefense you talked about earlier. You do not have to be afraid. Tell all the chicken farmers and egg raisers in America to add black cumin seed oil to their actual diet, or green leaf tea or virgin coconut oil flakes. Those are 3 published cures for this bird flu and has been known since 2013.
Okay, what is the bird flu? Is it just a bioengineered or man-made chemical that was injected in a bird or injected into a person or just spread out here in the air? What is it? Some type of bacteria, some type of fungi? Do you know what it is? Is it a parasite?
So what they define the bird flu to be is what's called avian influenza virus, AIV. Avian means bird, avian flu virus. It is not a bacteria by definition. It is not a parasite by definition. It is not a fungi by definition. It is a virus. So I'd like to explain to you tonight on our little Chit Chat Live. If you buy a Latin dictionary, literally out of the corner of my eye, I have 300-year-old Latin to English dictionaries. I have 30 of them that go over the last 300 years. They have the same words and the same definitions in them. Do you know what the Latin definition of the word virus? Virus is a Latin word used by the medical profession and the media to scare the crap out of you. Do you know what a virus is? Since 1711, I have the Latin dictionary from 1711, the actual 1711 book, copyright, printed, is sitting right here. I have 300 years of these things. Do you know every single one of them say the same thing? Up until today, they say the same thing. The word virus in Latin has only one English definition. It means poison, comma, especially of snake's venom. That's what it says in every dictionary. So if the bird flu is a virus, what is a virus? A poison, comma, especially of snake's venom. So therefore, if it's a venom, and we know that's the definition of the word virus, how are poisons spread throughout the world? We aerosolize them. We put them in our water. Yeah. We put them in our food. We put them in vaccines. We physically have to get it inside of you somehow through air, eating, breathing, injection. Yep.
Not to mention the gain of function that they done added to everything so that it could be more transmissible and it could just spread and jump from this person to that person, or shed from this person to that person, and so forth. This is ridiculous.
And do you remember how the gain of function testing works? Do you remember how the gain of function works, where it goes from one person vaccinated to the next person? Do you remember how that works?
Yes. Go ahead and explain it.
Remember? Okay. So we learned this at Healing for the Ages 1.0 when you were there. I just want to make sure everybody's clear on this. Anybody who's worried about shedding from these current COVID vaccines or any of them in the future, the technology inside of them that allows them to be shed on other people is called DNA plasmid technology. And that is what's in the vaccines. All right, so the vaccinated person who gets what they call an mRNA vaccine, they're loaded with something called DNA plasmids. In the vaccinated and in the unvaccinated lives a bacteria and a yeast called E. coli bacteria, and then yeast called Candida.
Candida, yeah.
In your body of the vaccinated, when they inject you with DNA plasmids that they call mRNA vaccines, those DNA plasmids go inside the bacteria and yeast living in your body, in your blood, and in your bowels. And the DNA plasmids go inside the body of the bacteria and the yeast very easily. And it programs the bacteria and yeast to start manufacturing a poison inside of your body for as long as that bacteria cell lives. And for every one of these new programmed bacteria, as you eat sugar, vaccinated person, you feed the bacteria that now is going to replicate and replicate and replicate and make bigger and bigger colonies. And then you, vaccinated person, are going to go kiss your spouse who didn't want to get vaccines. And you're going to spread the bacteria or yeast that are now programmed to make poisons into your loved one you just kissed. If you're breastfeeding a baby and you, the mom, got vaccinated, your baby's going to get the bacteria and yeast in their body through the breast milk. And this is why babies 6 months old and a year old after COVID-19 vaccines and the moms started having vaginal bleeding as a 6-month-old and a year-old nursing child. The baby's body was trying to detox the poisons, bacteria and yeast, being shed to everybody else. Bacteria and yeast are very contagious. This is the shedding principle.
That's incredible. I'm glad that you said something about the DNA plasma technology. Oh, were you about to say something else? Go ahead and say it.
That's why that's the only reason I invented the product called BioDefense that you so passionately talk about. You put it in empty vegetable capsules. It is very potent mixture of organic plants that are potent enough, published enough, clinically known enough to kill E. coli bacteria and yeast. And you can stop the suffering in the vaccinated, stop the worries in the unvaccinated who are worried about being shed on. That's why we created it. It just so happens to have the same ingredient in it called black cumin seed oil that wipes out that bacteria and yeast. And it's the published cure for the bird flu since 2013.
And to make it easy for you all, you can go to thedrartistshow.com, use and see what he have there. Or you can go to diamondandsilkstore.com. I try to make it easy for everybody. Bam, just click on the button and get what you need, okay? All right, real quick. When you said something about the DNA plasma technology, are those the same as the quantum dots? That they say
nope, those are totally different. Good question.
Ooh.
They are not the same. Nope. So different? DNA plasmids are not electronics. So DNA plasmids are little circular hula hoops of DNA tied together with genetic instructions embedded in the hula hoop that then gets combined with a bacteria, yeast, or your body's cells' DNA. It combines with the DNA of the creature it goes inside of. It works its way inside the cell, attaches to your DNA, and now you have been genetically engineered. They're genetically changing, altering bacteria and yeast in the body to manipulate and spit out poisons. And this is not unknown. For example, mold is a type of fungus, and it emits a poison called mycotoxin. Bacteria secrete a poison. Actually, bacteria secrete a venom called botulinum that you all know as Botox. Botox is bacteria venom. So they actually program bacteria and yeast to manufacture all kinds of stuff, drugs, vaccines, and then the nanotech or the quantum dot technology. I think that's what you asked, right? What was the other thing? You said, is it the same as quantum dots?
The quantum dot, that with the thing that they call quantum dot.
No, those are totally different. So quantum dots is a form of technology, and you can see them blinking lights in your urine and your bloodstream in both the vaccinated and unvaccinated. They're spreading these in the air all over the world. MIT owns the technology, and they use these in the air that you will inhale. And we even shared at Healing for the Ages 1.0, Dr. Ed Group showed patents from DARPA that they said with quantum dots, when you inhale them into your lungs and it gets inside your bloodstream, by the time it gets to your blood-brain barrier, we can actually send radio signals to the quantum dots to tell you to kill yourself and commit suicide.
Yeah.
This
is the stuff that they found in my mother's insulin and my sister's insulin. Okay, this is the stuff that they found in their insulin. I got to say it again. I got to keep saying this. No, Diamond was not vaccinated with the COVID jab. Okay. However, we found out after looking at her medical record, she was vaccinated when she got the flu shot. She got the flu shot December 8th, 2019. She got the flu shot. And we're finding out that there's a possibility that this stuff was in that as well, because they want us to think that this stuff started in 2020. But we go back, it started a few years before 2020 when they started putting this stuff in the flu shot and all of these different things where you have to shoot yourself in some kind of way to get it inside your body via a shot. It was in those different medicines or pharmaceutical medicines or however you want to call it. And what happened is with my mother and Diamond passing away within a year and a half apart, and everybody else in the family was okay, we had to ask ourselves, what is the coordination here? How is it that these two that was on Dr. Medicine, how is it that it's these two? And what happened is we put two and two together, and it was the insulin. And just so happened my father saved my mother insulin, and I saved Diamond insulin, and I had it sent off and tested. And those little blinking lights that you're talking about, that's in the insulin. And you can actually see it coming together, creating some type of whatever, while the insulin is the drop of insulin is sitting there underneath the microscope.
We've actually found
Go ahead.
And we've actually found all the blinking lights in every single person's blood and urine that we have tested, regardless if you're vaccinated or not, or on insulin or not. They're finding a way to get this into everybody. They're trying to make us what's called connected to the Internet of Things is the actual term that the government uses and the globalists use. We want to make people trackable and make them a part of the Internet of Things. Well, to do that, they have to get electronics inside of you that they can track. And this is a part of that scheme. They found also that in dental anesthetics, La Quinta Columna Research Institute in Spain published in September 2024, and they showed the video clip and shared it all over social media, that in dental anesthetics, just like in Pfizer, Moderna, and insulin, like in your sisters and your families, they found all of this nanotech, thousands of nanotech in each sample of anesthetic for dental procedures. And in that clip, they actually took organic tobacco leaf, steeped it in hot water, poured the water on the nanotech, and witnessed nicotine dissolving every single one of the thousands of microchips. And they even stated this might be the most important discovery in the entire world's history. We did this because of Dr. Ardis's claims. He was right about nicotine and all things related to COVID. It was pretty miraculous to watch.
And that's the reason why the Biden regime wanted to get rid of, they said, the menthol in the cigarettes, but they didn't want people smoking those cigarettes because of that nicotine. They wouldn't say it was the nicotine they wanted to get off. They said it was the menthol, but I knew exactly what they was trying to do. Also, this stuff is in the blood thinners, okay? Because Diamond had to take the blood thinners because of the blood clots that was in her body. I know the media out there say some type of heart disease or whatever. Well, yeah, her heart stopped when she died, but she suffered from blood clots. Okay, so she had to take these blood thinners, Lovenox, I believe is what it's called, and come to find out, the same company that Pfizer, I believe it's Pfizer, that had this COVID shot going on, was also the same company that marketed the anti-clotting medicine as well. Okay, so I see the correlation, I see the coordination, and that's the reason why I am just anti vax. I'm an anti-vaxxer now. Back in the day, it was like, it's up to you if you want to do it. That's I just don't believe in mandates. But now I don't want none of that stuff, none of it. But like you said, and like I said at my sister's celebration of life, it doesn't matter if you vaxxed or if you're not vaxxed. Okay. People started calling me conspiracy theories and all of this different stuff, and about the shedding. They wanted to silence me. They wanted to censor me. But now we're finding out that once again, Silk was right. This stuff can shed on you. And even if you're not vaccinated, like you say, you still find that in the blood of the unvaccinated. So it don't matter. So when I see people talking about pure blood, I'm like, honey, you wish. You ain't pure blooded. No, they got a way to put this junk in you. So if you don't take their engineer, man-made bioengineer weapon, they got another way to try to put it in you. And like you say, I think that the best thing is the different products, the natural products that we have, the natural products that God left back here for us to take, that you have there on your website for people to take and at least detox as best as you can from it, so that this stuff won't just keep reproducing and it's grow so big until it actually smother you out and kill you. What say you, Dr.
Amen.
Artis?
I also say that we missed you so much at the Healing for the Ages 2.0 conference, because at that conference, it was okay. It was an election year. You were busy. You were on the road. So just want you all to know that at that conference, we showed you with our echo microscopes and our scanning electron microscope, we showed you the blinking lights in all samples of urine and blood that we have been sent from around the world. And then we showed you how within 5 minutes you can turn the blinking lights off without treating anything. So without being there, I'm just going to tell you what we found turns off all the lights within minutes. It didn't matter if I could go pee in a beaker right now. I could pee in it, put it underneath the microscope, and you'd see blinking lights. And then I take it and go take that beaker and go sit it on the grounding mat on my bed or on my computer desk for 5 minutes. Yeah. And then put it back on the slide. Every light is turned off. And I give credit to Dr. Henry Ely. He had to read a textbook on the design of quantum dots. He's got the textbook on it. And he went all through it and found out that in its illustrations, they illustrate and disclose to shut off quantum dot technology, all you have to do is add 1 electron to the cadmium-centered molecule. And that's what grounding does. Grounding adds electrons to the body. So if you sleep on a grounding mat, go outside in the dirt, the beach, the sand, the sun, go get in the grass, you're grounding every day. Grounding shuts off the tech. And this is one of the reasons why I believe, Silk, they're so busy trying to push for these 15-minute cities. Do you want to know what they all have in common? They all are just complete concrete, which doesn't allow you to ground. So if you just have everybody in a 15-minute radius on a foundation of concrete, you don't get any grounding. You have to get access to the dirt. And they know it'd be easier to track us without us turning off these quantum dots every day while we grounded.
Incredible. Somebody said, please ask, will walking barefoot, the grass drain the stress out of my body? Let me say this before you answer that. One day, woke up feeling a little strange, feeling a little cloudy, and feeling a little overwhelmed, okay? Don't have no reason to be overwhelmed. I'm doing good, but just felt that way. And so I decided to take off before I put on my beautiful footies that my husband purchased for me. Before I did that, I just went outside. I got on the ground barefooted and stood there. I stood there and walked, around in a circle and stood there, looked up at the sun, lift my hands, and just took it all in. Yep, I was out there for about 15, 20 minutes, just walking through there. Came back in the house. It seemed a little dark because, the sunlight in your eyes when you're going back into the house, it seems a little dark. But it's like all of a sudden, this pressure, everything was just released. It was like everything was just released from me. And even while standing out there, I can feel whatever that was just going down slowly but surely. And it was like I was coming back this way. So to that question, I would say yes. What will you say, Dr. Artist? Because that's grounding.
What? That is 100% grounding. We were made to touch the earth. We were made to feel the sun rays, and we get benefits from both. Science tells you to avoid both. Nope, you need both. So yes, absolutely, grounding works. I will tell you also that when we have higher amounts of frequencies being put off by Wi-Fi antennas, radio antennas, cell phone towers, they really do boost those up and turn them down. When NEXRAD weather pattern technology, when those big Dopplers are running waves of frequencies, which they do, you're going to feel them and you're going to feel more anxious in those moments. 100% of the time, if you feel your heart rate going up, you feel anxious, go outside and put your feet on the grass or on the dirt and put your hands or palms on it, and you will notice within minutes all of that charged energy and stress just goes out of your body, and it's because the earth is taking all that excess energy from you and balancing it back out. It's big enough to handle all of you putting your feet and hands on the earth. I have had to do this many, many times in the last 5 years.
Wow.
It's amazing to witness, actually.
Oh, wow. Wow. And I know my father came over the other day and I was walking outside. I just walked on outside. He looked at me. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to ground while I'm walking you to your truck, Daddy. So I had my shoes right on off. I said, now I hope the dog don't boo-boo in this area or anything like this. But I did just that. And I try to now make that a good habit because it did something for me. Just remembering, Dr. Ely, remembering how you said about that grounding, and not to mention, he turned me on to this pillow. It's a pillowcase, but it's like a grounding pillowcase that I make sure that I sleep with, and your skin has to touch it so that you can stay grounded while you're asleep. Okay. You can't sit up there with your cell phone in your hand and all of that thinking you're grounding yourself, because that's defeating the purpose. But I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm grateful for it and grateful that I knew what to do and didn't have to go take no medicine for it.
Even better, no prescription needed. And also, there is a free EMF guide that explains all of our grounding recommendations, the technologies that actually work, which sheets, which pillowcases, which mats, which one of these things work, because we tested them all after our first Healing for the Ages conference, and we demonstrated all of our findings, even with electronic devices, proving these devices work. And all of us sleep on a grounding system, mat and sheets from 2 different companies, and they're all in the free EMF guide at healingfortheages.com.
Wonderful. You said that the conference is going to be in October.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this conference, October 23rd. Yeah, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's a 3-day conference, Silk. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. And so we are very, very excited. This year's theme is Make Yourself Healthy Again.
Wonderful.
And it is going to be phenomenal. All right. So even before that, May 28th, write it down, save the date. May 28th is a virtual solution summit. We're going to teach you the whole day's conference, just one day. Registration for it starts March 26th. The actual date of this digital conference, virtual, is May 28th. This is how to make your home healthy again. MYHHA, how to make your home healthy again. All right, so what we're going to do is walk you through your kitchen, your bathrooms, your master bedroom closet, your garage, how to make and your kitchen, how to make each of these rooms healthy again by, one, knowing what to eliminate. That's a probable problem. And then what are the solutions that are more natural that create less toxic effects for your environment and your home? That will be all day on May 28th. The registration for that starts March 26th. And then at the end of April, we're going to launch ticket sales for our Healing for the Ages 3.0. And we have a list of guests. Just so you know, I'm going to run this by everybody right now. What we're going to do is a third day. There's so many people that want to be involved with the Healing for the Ages group and come present on topics that they know, things they're passionate about. So we have selected 6 people on the first day of the conference, which will be October 23rd. We will do some presentations, but we're going to give it to a group. And we're going to do the teenagers group again. It's going to be exciting. Have them teenagers teach about different health principles. It's going to be amazing. And then we've got these 6 people who you all know who they are. You just haven't met them yet. They're going to be there on stage with us. We have not announced who they are. They're all confirmed. But once we tell you who they are, you're going to want to be there. Cannot wait to watch these presentations, because there are certain things that have made us sick, ruined our lives individually. And they're going to tell you how they, on their own, learned to escape their own miseries, how they made themselves healthy again, and the basic principles you need to know to prevent them.
The May 28th, where do people go and register for that so they can learn how to basically safeguard their homes?
Very good. That you go to healingfortheages.com and register online. And we have a whole team of people, 30 people behind the scenes running customer service support to actually manage all your questions. If you have any, you can even call in. There's a phone number.
Will the conference be at the same place, same location in October?
100%. It will be at the exact same location here for the 3rd year in a row until we decide to go move it somewhere else, because we've outgrown our britches.
It's so big. Okay. All right. Make sure I get the information on that, because my husband and I, John, we plan to be there and attend this year, because it's not
so much fun. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Artis, thank you so much for being here on the show.
You're very welcome.
For the Ages. And you all can go to thedrartisshow.com, or you can just go to diamondsilkstore.com, because you done got used to it, and just click on that button and go and get these products. You all get what you need. I trust Dr. Artis. I trust your products. I trust that you're not up there trying to put something in there to, create some bull crap so that you can make all this money, like a lot of these pharmaceuticals and these hospitals and doctors' offices are doing. So I thank you so much. I really, really, truly do. I got 30 seconds. Any last words, Dr. Artis? I got 30 seconds.
Yes, I want to relay a message from Dr. Ed Group. He loves you. He's at Mar-a-Lago all day long, has meetings with people in the government. So he's been very busy on behalf of you and the American people. And then Dr. Ely's busy with all of what he's doing. Dr. Janice Schmidt's taking care of her son, and she is so busy. She actually had to deliver a baby today for a patient. So she's been very busy today. She had to cut loose on a Zoom call earlier today. They're all very busy. And we're so excited and thrilled and honored by all of you being a part of the Healing for the Ages family, sharing your trust and love with me. And we love you, and we love Diamond. We love your whole family. Tell everybody hi. God bless you all.
Will do. Thank you, Dr. Artis. Love you more. And we'll talk soon. God bless. All
God
right,
bless you
all. Y'all see what you got to do now. Something is going on here, and I don't like what I see going on. But listen, you all, be sure to make sure that you all pray. Okay, but make sure that you all pray every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, y'all. It seemed like something happened to my eyelash. I got a minute. Something happened to my eyelash. It seemed like something was happening. I had to make sure this joker wasn't falling down, because if it's falling down, the sister gonna have to take it off. Okay, you know how some things happen, you all. Y'all know silk is real. Silk is just straight up real. So now listen, y'all. Go to make sure you pray every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I start what I'm doing. I pray for you. You pray for me. We pray for each other. Pray for President Donald J. Trump. Pray for this country, you all, and pray for God to heal the land. So in the meantime and in between time, I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Bye-bye.